She's 11, she is 12, she is 13 years old. Barely old enough to understand what menstruation is. She is bleeding, losing over a liter of blood in a week. 25 times the average amount a woman should. She's missing days of school at a time due to pain incomprehensible to most. She's rolled up in her bed, running a fever of 40 degrees Celsius, and she's unable to walk or eat. She begs her mom to do something, desperate for someone to take away the pain. But don't worry about her. Pain is normal. She's just becoming a woman, and she should be proud of her period and embrace it, right? This girl was me. Hi, my name is Stella Worthington. I'm 14 years old, and 1 year ago I was diagnosed with adenomyosis, a chronic reproductive illness which causes inflammation throughout the body and is a precursor to endometriosis. Thankfully, I am so much healthier now, due to my fortunate position of having parents who could afford the doctors and nutritionists who helped me to minimize and reverse my symptoms. But that's not the case for everyone. This is due to something called period poverty. If you haven't heard that term, it means to lack access to safe and affordable menstrual products, reproductive education, and/or sanitation facilities. A girl living in period poverty will miss an average of 24 days of school per year, significantly impacting her education. And 80% of women in Bali are at risk of falling into period poverty. But it's not just an issue here. According to the National Institutes of Health, there are 500 million women who are suffering in period poverty globally. To put that into context, that is 1/8 of women on Earth. And yet this issue is constantly overlooked and considered insignificant. Periods are a part of life. However, these shocking statistics and my own terrible experiences with menstruation have led me to choose period poverty in Bali as the topic of my Quest capstone project. I'm honored to share it with you today. My journey for Quest started in a meeting with Ibu Harriet at the end of grade 7. All I knew is I wanted it to be about period poverty because it's an issue close to my heart and not something that's commonly talked about. But the second I mentioned this to Harriet, she was through the roof. She had hundreds of ideas that I could execute for my project. This was overwhelming, but at the same time, I was so happy I had found a mentor who's just as passionate about this issue as I was. And by the end of the meeting, we agreed I should do as much research as humanly possible and to have a meeting with Tunga Dewi, CEO and co-founder of Perfect Fit. I met with Tunga at the end of the summer and learned all about the impacts of period poverty and Perfect Fit. Perfect Fit are a female-run Bali-based business dedicated to empowering local women in their community through education and volunteer work while also minimizing waste production. From defying gender norms, bridging socioeconomic gaps, and promoting inclusivity, Perfect Fit is making it happen while also creating a world where every girl, no matter her background, can reach her goals without limits. They're a truly incredible organization, and I knew I wanted to work with them, so I asked if they have any projects pop up that they wanted to collaborate on to please let me know, and they did. In January of this year, they pitched me a project in which we would aim to provide 1,000 young girls with menstrual education and reusable sanitary pads. But this required raising 250 million rupiah to do so. This was an enormous and overwhelming goal, but I knew I wanted to challenge myself and to make a significant impact, so I said yes. I hated the fact that there were so many girls who were suffering in silence and ashamed about menstruation. So even if I couldn't reach my end goal, the thought of making a difference in just one girl's life kept me motivated and helped me to get through the challenges I faced throughout this process. An enormous stepping point for me was when I was invited to speak at an Elevation Barn event for International Women's Day. This was an incredible opportunity and an amazing way to share my message with other inspiring women. Then everything grew from there. I started Spirit Friday stalls, which I had a period pain stimulator, so dads, brothers, male teachers, and other guys in our community could experience a fraction of what menstruation feels like. And this was a highly entertaining and popular way to spread awareness for my project. Here were the results.
I guess so. Jump one more.
Dr. Dr. 12. You can see you.
Oh yeah, all that.
Then, with the help from Tunga, Icha, and the rest of the Perfect Fit team, I started to plan a fundraising event to help reach the goal with the amazing support from Potato Head, who offered to donate the space. We also received so much incredible feedback from people all over the island who wanted to help me reach my goal. Stacked by Celeste, Amo Spa, Soulshine, and many others even contributed prizes to the value of 32 million rupiah to help us to auction off and meet the goal. Then we collaborated with Bali Children's Foundation to help with the donations and distribution. Just like that, the Period Power Bali project was created, and within the first week of collecting donations, we made 85 million rupiah. However, this took a turn just before my fundraiser. We've been planning for a few months, but it wasn't enough time, and the event got called off 2 days before due to a lack of confirmed tickets. Who would have thought green school parents had better things to do with their Friday night? As much as this was an enormous setback, it was also a learning experience for me, as it was the first time I've tried to plan an event on my own. Then, after a small mental breakdown, my mom convinced me that it was all happening for a reason, and she was right, because 2 weeks ago I received a donation of 100 million rupiah. This was an enormous boost in my confidence that I could make this happen, and made me even more determined to reach my end goal before Quest. So, I'm thrilled to announce, and I'm so excited to share with you, that I worked as hard as I could for the last 2 weeks, and the total amount I've raised is 301 million rupiah. And this is enough to provide 1,204 girls with menstrual education and reusable sanitary pads. This initiative goes far beyond financial aid. It's about the ripple effect of knowledge and empowerment, because these young girls will now be better equipped to pursue their dreams and to help other women around them. Finally, I'd like to thank my mom for constantly reminding me to trust the process. I'd like to thank Ibu Harriet, for without whom none of this would be possible, for Tunga and Icha for being my lifeline of support, and to everyone who has supported me or my cause. Together, we have taken a crucial step towards ending period poverty and making sure every girl has the opportunity to thrive and meet her full potential. Thank you.